Ron with steelheadbeads.com. In this video we'll be going over how to rig to bounce bottom and when to do so. Simply to bounce bottom, the idea is you're going to be fishing a portion of the river. You're going to fish the slit where the fish are holding, and you want to be able to go through that entire sleeve without coming to the interior shoreline. So you cover those sleeves where those fish are lying in those vital lanes. So to do so, you've got to rig to bounce bottom with weight and a leader. Now when I rig up, I use a dropper. I like to use a barrel swivel and a clamp. The clamp's used as a dropper. I use a concession of split shots on banding, so when I snag up, I snap back and I'm released, or I lose a split shot or two, or the weighting assembly, but not the complete entire rigging. My swivel, my weight, and my leader. Okay. To tie this, you would simply tie a barrel swivel to your main line with the side without the clamp, tie your leader to the swivel, the barrel swivel on the side with the clamp, and then use the barrel clamp as a dropper, clamping your weighting assembly to the clamp. Now if you're going to use surgical tubing with pencil lead, there's a couple varieties of it out there. They have it in 1/4 inch solid or hollow, or 3/16 hollow, or solid as well. You buy it by the spool, you cut the length you want to the desired weight, then you sleeve it with 1/4 inch or 3/16 surgical tubing. Once you sleeve it, you cut slits in the side of the surgical tubing to go ahead and add elasticity to the surgical tubing, so when you snag up, you could snap out or snap off with ease. Now when you clamp the surgical tubing to this barrel swivel and clamp, you will do it just on one side of the surgical tubing to penetrate the one side. It'll allow you to break off easier than if you were penetrating both sides when you snag up on the bottom. Allows you to break off easier. So we've gone over a couple weighting systems and how to rig up to bounce bottom. All the knots that are tied to this terminal tackle are with cinch knots. I provide a video on my site to show you how to tie these cinch knots. Okay, now that we've tied up to bounce bottom, we're going to go over when we do this. Always. Unless you are in slow water where you can't transition or get through the entire sleeve of the portion of river that you're fishing. It's just too slow and your rigging hits bottom and it goes no further and you have to fish with the bobber, then we'll fish it always. It's an ideal way to match that lower current speed with our presentation, allowing our weight system to bounce up, or to bounce the bottom, then lift up and bounce and continue down to go downstream with your presentation. Replicating that individual egg is a very natural movement down below. It just allows us to match that lower current speed and to continue there better than we would with a bobber. When you bobber fish, you have to contend with that upper, faster current speed. When you bounce bottom, you don't. You drop right into that lower current. You continue through the sleeve, is the idea. Well, that being said, today, guys, we have gone over bouncing bottom and when we do so, and its effectiveness, and why we will always do it unless we're in slow water. I hope this helps. Catch you in the next video.